Now then, I'm gonna do my practice run for qualification round 1. By the time this is on YouTube, it'll be round 2, which is what I might be looking at. Because yeah, I think I might have practiced a bit too much in the initial rounds, which obviously dumped me into a fairly decent group where 10th at the moment is a 126. With this Grand Prix, there's 2 qualification rounds. So yeah, if you haven't done a Grand Prix before, basically you get qualification 1, and the top 10 in that get to go into groups. Then qualification 2, the top 10 in those get to go into groups. Then if you failed at those 2, you'll get to qualify still, but you'll have to pay a fee to do so. The thing is, like, it costs, I think it's about it could be somewhere between 500, 750, or maybe 1,000 tokens to do it. And that's not the only thing. If you don't qualify, it also kind of sucks because these quests here, qualify for the fan runs to unlock these rewards. It does mean that if you fail to qualify, which I may do on the first day, we'll see. Yeah, if you fail to qualify, these Grand Prix event packs, you'll miss out on 3 of those, which can have, yeah, potentially like an epic import part for the actual car itself. Very low chance, but it can have blueprints, and you will miss out on 8 blueprints for the car here, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, it's obviously in people's best interest to qualify. The other negative is if you don't qualify naturally, as in by using a time, if you end up in a tie situation with somebody else for a key, a person who has qualified with a time will always trump a person who's qualified with tokens. So yeah, it's definitely in your best interest to try and qualify that way at least. My best practice time was a 125.6 with the group I'm currently in. Let's see. Yeah, there's some pretty serious contenders here. 125.6 would put me in 8th position underneath Bam Monty, which is, yeah, pretty class time for, whoa, Bam's untuned version of the car. That is awesome. And yeah, you got some like, yeah, there's Street Rampage, Pernell at the top with a 23.6. That's really cool. Now the only like slight bonus I have is in my practice times, yeah, I didn't quite fully tune up the car. I just left off 2 so that I could complete my daily quests of this, which is only 1 slight extra bit of increased handling, and yeah, just increased handling pretty much. So I'll get a small bit more stability than I had in my initial practice runs. But yeah, we'll see if that like ups my time any bit at all. And yeah, I'm gonna punch out, like I said, my live run and give that a run. And let's see, 125.6. So yeah, hopefully, like I said, the increase in the performance from the small bit of handling will help out. I'm gonna give the game a restart firstly and get cracking then with the actual, yeah, live run after doing a practice run, usually to load up the track properly and to get the ghost as well from the server, so that when you go into a live run you won't get that shudder at the start of a race. Game restarted, and yeah, I said I'd chuck in some practice runs just to see. And okay, so with the extra additional tuning, practice time down to 125.04, 1 of the 7 fuel units. My other runs were like 126, 126, 126, 2 125.5s, and a 125.3. So yeah, I could do okay, but I could also completely F up. I've got 3 live runs to do, and the way I'm saying it is, like, basically, yeah, of the 7 fuel units, I got a 125.3 1 of those 3 times if I do my runs exactly the same. So let's see, that one, what is it, a 125.046. On the full results, let's check out where would that put me. 125.0. So that would put me in 3rd place. So that would be pretty good, but realistically 125.3 would put me in 4th/5th. 125.5 would be down in, yeah, 7th and 8th place, kind of realistically. So whoa, this could be tight, but yeah, I said I gotta punch in the live race now, or at least, yeah, first of 3, and kind of see how I get on in this one. Okay, and that is 2 runs done. Okay, and qualified in 10th place with a terrible time. Oh my, yeah, this hasn't exactly gone fantastic. Yeah, like I had bad practice runs as well. If I mess up with the last one of these, I'm guessing I'm not going to qualify today. But yeah, I will have qualification too. But like the nerves of the actual live runs, as always, they're pretty bad, especially when you've got a car you really want with it. But oh, all right. Time to do it for real this time, though. But yeah, I've got a time of 1 on the 10th position. And like, yeah. Okay, now it's saying my time to beat is the person who's in first. That's somewhat unlikely, but we give it a shot. I need to... Yeah, definitely. I don't think 10th is enough to hold this. Not for until the end of qualification round 1. But yeah, I just like I'm gonna put in focus. One thing I really kind of hate it with this track is just trying to hit as few of these things as possible at the start to have that like slowdown minimized. How is he? Oh, because it's the SR Ghost. Yeah, of course it appears faster. But yeah, I'm just like trying definitely to ignore the Ghost and just focus on my own time. Need to get the drift. Shockwave. The handling increase has been definitely a small bit better at this car, just the tiniest little bit. I knew it'd make like a fraction of extra handling just with the oh, that is actually quite distracting, the fact that he is taking a different route than me as well. But yeah, the handling definitely did make a small difference with this one. I love the light reflection, even if it's a fake effect on the car of that bridge. Drift. I want to keep as much nitro as possible here for the turn left so that I can actually try and nail this one to the finish. Oh, raise a small bit on the onto the curb. 124. 25. 25-4? Fifth. Yay! Oh, but how many more are to go? So fifth. That's like technically ahead of 15 people in the group. Oh, that is, yeah. I was kind of hoping that, 0.05 of a second faster than STC. Oh, that's, yeah, not a bad run and a decent enough shot, hopefully, at qualification. I think there is still a handful of people to compete in this first stage, and this is qualification 1 for me. I know that there's like, yeah, another qualification round to run. That's when I'll be uploading this video. So hopefully I don't need to take part in qualification rounds 2. I'll be doing my practice runs. But let's see. They have 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I've seen Ice Fox in a couple of other events, and I'm pretty sure James is off from Need for Speed. I've seen those 2 names definitely in multiplayer a few times, not bad racers at all. So I might be losing 1 or 2 positions, hopefully not 5 positions, but you have to just kind of see. Like with these Grand Prix, it is always just a case of like racing against other players, racing against your own stress levels. Yeah, time to beat 123.656. I do like that practice run that I nailed the 125 even. Like that's probably about as good as I could achieve, I think, with the 1-star version of this car anyway. So like anything under 125 for me in the that car is definitely what I would consider to be like just my peak performance. I'm not saying that that is obviously the limit of the car, but like definitely like with something like this, every kind of millisecond does count. Obviously I've seen people, like a couple of the ghosts have gone over on that left hand route on that long bridge, but realistically, like I think a car like the Ford GT doesn't exactly gain a crazy amount from doing it. I could be wrong. Obviously, that SR person put in a slightly different time. Looking at like the tiers with this, like tier 1 in this as well is top 3% in groups. So it's not the top 1%, but there's like, say the top 10 people in that get a key. And then 11th is 70% or so chance of a key, 60% down along. Like, you are talking about even the lowest people competing in that, like 17th position there still has a 40% chance of a key. Even coming last in a tier 1 is like 20% chance at landing it. That's not bad. Tier 2, obviously, it's kind of like a decent place. I think I've landed there in most of my groups. But yeah, that is only 7% when you think about it, because it's everything from top 3 to top 10 will go into that. So it's only 7% of the player base. And then, yeah, tier 3, where you've got your 3 keys, and then a 30% chance, like for 4th position in that. That's still not too bad a chance of a key. And then, like, the final 2 with just the 2 keys and the 1 key. But yeah, like, think about that. If you landed in tier 5, coming 2nd place, and that's just a 10% chance of an actual coming away with the key from it. I mean, obviously, sandbaggers are going to appear inside there as well. So, like, if you're in a group legitimately as a tier 5, and yeah, you get a sandbagger coming into your group, like, you're reduced down to a 10% chance or so, or 20% chance of a key. Oh, but yeah, like I always say this, these Grand Prix, you can't really know exactly what you're facing, with the exception of just like down to doing your qualifications as best as you can, or if you're going to try and cheese it to try and appear where you want to line the time. But yeah, the qualification times, the only main things is just to try and qualify to place a time. Will obviously give you an advantage, like I mentioned earlier. If you do end up in a tiebreaker situation, like, the ties are always decided by your qualification time. So say like if me and the ST person underneath landed in the same group, and we finished the final stage of the Grand Prix with the exact same amount of points, then like it would go down to the times, and I would win the key over that person based on the like 0.006 of a second that you qualify with. And then you have the option after the failed qualification round 2, you do get that option of buying your way into these Grand Prix as well, so you can take part in all the rest of the stages and still have the chance of getting a key. But if you do that, a paid qualification time will always result in like a fail on the tiebreaker scenarios. I have my qualification time up on, yeah, from yesterday, where I put in the 1:25.3. It's effectively almost the exact same run as this. The only difference I've gotten is a couple of times where I've been landing up onto that ledge, I just kind of nailed that one a bit better, where you land up into the pipeway. And if you can land it in such a way that you don't obviously ricochet back and forth off the pipes, you end up coming away with a lot more of your speed. That left pad, like I said, I've seen some of the ghosts in this using it. I had very little success with it, but I mean, if you try it in your practice runs and you find it like getting you across that bridge faster, and you get more nitro or so with the GT, go that way. I'm always saying, like, especially with a new track like this, there's going to be more than one way to skin a FordGT. So definitely, yeah. If you find a way that's like slightly faster for you, or where something that I did in that is just way too difficult looking, I mean, it should be an easy enough route to copy, I think. It's just going to be a case of refining and making sure that you don't lose too much speed on all of the corners. But yeah, as always, guys, good luck in these. And yeah, sub button up there over my head. I'll be covering most of the stages in this Grand Prix. I may possibly miss the last couple of stages while it's live and active, but I'll see where exactly I am when those take place. But yeah, sub button up there so you can catch all the stages I do, and there's other videos for me here and here. As always, guys, good luck and drive safe.